Grace Mugabe Biography. Luxury life, education, shopping and more. Grace Ntombizodwa Mugabe, born Marufu, July 23, 1965, is the wife of former Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe and served as the First Lady of Zimbabwe from their marriage in 1996 until his resignation in 2017. Since the military intervention, her whereabouts are unknown. Grace Ntombizodwa Mugabe was born in Benoni in South Africa. In 2014, Mugabe was designated as head of the ZANU-PF Women's Wing. She is under personal sanctions in the European Union and the United States for her role in the Mugabe regime. Personal life. Grace Ntombizodwa was born in Benoni, South Africa to migrant parents as the fourth of 5 children in the family. In 1970, she moved to Zimbabwe, then Rhodesia, to live with her mother, Ida Marufu in Chivu while her father stayed and worked in South Africa supporting his family. She attended primary school in Chivu and then the Christmambo Secondary School in Manicaland. She married Air Force pilot Stanley Gwala and they had a son, Russell Gwala, born 1984 at the age of 19 years. While working as secretary to the President, Robert Mugabe, she became his mistress while still married to Stanley Gwala, and had 2 children, Conie born in 1988 and named after Mugabe's mother, and Robert Peter, Jr. after the death of Mugabe's first wife, Sally Hayfron. The couple were married in an extravagant Anglican mass, titled the Wedding of the Century by the Zimbabwe Press. At the time of their marriage, Grace Mugabe was 31 and Robert Mugabe was 72 years old. In 1997, she gave birth to the couple's third child, Ntombizodwa Mugabe. Grace Mugabe enrolled as an undergraduate student at the School of Liberal Arts, Renmin University of China in 2007, studying the Chinese language. She graduated in 2011. She admitted, however, that she was not proficient in Chinese after finishing the degree. Real estate. During her tenure as First Lady, Grace Mugabe oversaw the construction of 2 palaces. The first, commonly referred to as Gracelands, was criticized for its extravagance. Grace Mugabe later explained that she had paid for it with her own personal savings. It was later sold to Muammar Gaddafi of Libya. The second was completed in 2007, costing around $26 million. The construction was funded by the ZANU-PF party to thank Robert Mugabe for his political service. In 2002, Grace Mugabe toured farm properties in Zimbabwe, looking for a new location for herself and her family. She chose the Iron Mask estate, which had been previously owned by farmers John and Eva Matthews. The family owns property in Malaysia, and in early 2008, it was reported that Grace Mugabe hoped to move there with her children. The intention behind the move was to escape the stress of leadership and to address fears that the first family faces assassination. She also acquired property holdings in Hong Kong, including a diamond cutting business and a property at House No. 3, JC Castle, 18 Shantung Road, Taipo, New Territories. IO News speculated that this property acquisition was intended as both a weekend getaway for their daughter Bona, who is studying at the University of Hong Kong under an assumed name, and that she and her husband expect to escape to China should they be ousted from power in Zimbabwe. Legislators of the pro-democracy movement urged the Hong Kong government to study whether to follow international practice in barring certain foreign politicians, as many people might be looking at buying properties, investments or education in Hong Kong. Li Wingtat said Beijing should be making the decision since this was a foreign affair. Spokesperson Zhang Yu from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China said she was not aware of the Mugabe's alleged house purchase in Hong Kong and would not comment further. A professor at the University of HK said Beijing was trying to stay out of the controversy. The Beijing central government dismissed the concerns, adding that Falun Gong members were allowed to buy properties in Hong Kong. It was reported in 2015 that Zimbabwe was involved in a legal dispute over the ownership of the property in Taipo in which Bona Mugabe had stayed whilst a student in Hong Kong that had been acquired in June 2008 through a company controlled by Taiwanese-born South African businessman Shai Ping Sung for 40 million Hong Kong dollars, $5.14 million, and transferred into his own name in 2010. The Mugabes alleged that the villa belonged to the Zimbabwean government, while Shai, who was once a Mugabe confidant, claims there was no question that the house belonged to him. Diamond drain allegations and lawsuit? In December 2010, U.S. diplomatic cables released by WikiLeaks brought up again earlier allegations that high-ranking Zimbabwean government officials and well-connected elites, including Mugabe's wife Grace, are generating millions of dollars in personal income by hiring teams of diggers to hand-extract diamonds from the Kiadzwa mine in eastern Zimbabwe. Grace Mugabe is currently suing a Zimbabwean newspaper over its reporting of claims released by WikiLeaks she had made tremendous profits from the country's diamond mines. The president's wife is demanding $15 million, £9.6 million, from the Standard newspaper. Shopping. Grace Mugabe is known for her lavish lifestyle, and Western media has nicknamed her Gucci Grace. The Daily Telegraph called her notorious at home for her profligacy and coverage of a 2003 trip to Paris, during which she was reported as spending £75,000, approx $120,000, in a short shopping spree, and in the years leading up to 2004 withdrew over £5 million from the Central Bank of Zimbabwe. When Grace Mugabe was included in the 2002 sanctions, one EU parliamentarian said that the ban would stop Grace Mugabe going on her shopping trips in the face of catastrophic poverty blighting the people of Zimbabwe. She faces similar sanctions in the United States. Education. Controversy ensued when Grace Mugabe was given a doctoral degree in sociology in September 2014 from the University of Zimbabwe 2 months after entering the program. She was awarded the degree by her husband and University Chancellor Robert Mugabe. Her doctoral thesis is not available in the university archive and she has faced calls to return her PhD. This caused backlash in the Zimbabwean academic community, with some commenting that this could harm the reputation of the university. Various assaults. Mugabe's reputation for violence and hot temper earned her the nickname of Disgrace at home. There have also been incidents abroad. The Times reported on January 18, 2009 that, while on a shopping trip in Hong Kong, where her daughter Bona Mugabe was a university student, Mugabe ordered her bodyguard to assault a Sunday Times photographer Richard Jones outside her luxury hotel. She then joined in the attack, punching Jones repeatedly in the face while wearing diamond-encrusted rings, causing him cuts and abrasions. She was subsequently granted immunity from prosecution under Chinese diplomatic rules because of her status as Mugabe's wife. In August 2017, while visiting South Africa to treat an ankle injury, Grace is said to have assaulted a 20-year-old model, Gabriella Engels, and 2 friends, who were in the company of her 2 younger sons, Robert Jr. and Chatanga, at a hotel in Sandton, Johannesburg. It is alleged that Grace hit the women and her sons with an extension cord, causing various injuries including a deep gash on Engels' forehead. This was after accusing the women of living with her sons. After charges were laid by Engels for assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, Grace was due to appear at a Johannesburg court on August 15, 2017, but failed to appear. She was subsequently granted diplomatic immunity. After President Robert Mugabe got deposed by Emmerson Mnangagwa, Gabriella Engels posted a tweet vowing revenge on Grace Mugabe.
Yeah.